Hello, Darlene.
Hello, Brian.
How's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
Good.
Nice.
What are we discussing today?
Well, it's the end of the month, so we're going to discuss our budget for August. How we did.
How did we do?
Well, it was interesting. We had a target of 40,000 baht.
That's our monthly goal. That's for every month.
That's a monthly goal for every month. You're right.
And
Yeah.
that's for the basics,
That's for the basics. Yeah.
which is sort of how we live anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't make it, did we?
No, we didn't make it, and we're good with it. We're good with it.
So we spent just under 60,000,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I guess I don't know how you, like everybody has a different budget, right? Everybody has different spending requirements.
Yep.
But what we do is we try to do sort of a bare bones, but we were bare bones anyway.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want to go out to eat every day. We don't want to have an expensive vehicle. We want to live as frugally as we can,
Yes.
but not give up on too many things.
That's
Would
it
that be
exactly.
fair?
That's it exactly. Yeah.
So our budget was 40,000, and
Yep.
on 40,000, we can do less than that, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
that covers and I mean, when I say our budget, I mean every single penny that we just take what we have in the bank at the beginning of the month, what we have at the end of the month, and everything that's missing, every penny, right, is spent.
That was what was spent.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we say we spent 59,932 baht,
Yeah.
that's what we spent.
That's right. That's right.
So there was a couple of issues come up. What was the first one? What did I do?
I had you needed new spectacles.
Yeah, I broke my glasses.
Yeah.
Right.
And they look lovely.
Yeah.
So that was an expense that's
10,000.
10,000 baht. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had a trip to the dentist, which was 2,200 baht.
Right.
So those things, there's always something, as we say, every month something comes up unexpected, usually.
Right. So I've also been riding my new bicycle.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I've really enjoyed that. So I think I bought a new seat, Brooks English saddle, very
Ooh,
nice.
We'll do a video on that.
Right. And I put new tires on it.
Yeah.
And I think that was it. I think that was 8,000.
Yeah.
So just the dentist, some upgrades on my bicycle.
Yep.
And my glasses.
Yes.
That's the 20,000 we were over.
There you go.
And we don't care.
We really don't care.
Right. So we're not really telling people what it's going to cost them. Who knows, right? That's something you have to figure out for yourself.
Yeah.
We watch a lot of videos with people, and like I said, it's true for them. And the guy will say, if you come to Thailand and think you can live on 1,000 US, let's say, because most of them are American channels,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
1,000 US, you'll be disappointed and you'll be lonely and you won't be able to go to the bars every night and you won't be able to do takeout every night and you won't be able to have a nice car. Well, I mean, if that's what you think you need, right, then obviously 1,000
Isn't going to hit it.
isn't going to hit it, right? But for us, I still think the 40,000 is pretty close.
I think so. I think so.
Oh, and the other thing is when we first moved here,
Yes.
what did we spend the first month?
Oh
on?
my gosh, we spent like 128,000 baht.
It was crazy.
It was a lot.
And I think the second month, which is the month we're discussing now,
Yes,
right?
was around 60,000 baht.
Right. But some of that was carryover stuff. So, I mean, they're not big ticket items, but they add up. So
Yeah.
we bought a food processor,
Yes.
toaster oven.
Yes.
We're still kind of flushing out the condo and picking up odds and ends for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so when I say my glass is broken, that stuff like that happens every month. If it's not one thing, it's another, right?
Life happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you care?
No.
Right.
Why don't we care? Because we're still living within our means, well within our means, right?
Right.
We still have. We're still mindful of our spending.
Right.
We're not living on the edge. And you had a really good point this morning. We were discussing it.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You do have them. You have them all the time.
That's shocking.
If you retire when you're 40, you have to plan pretty carefully
Right.
if you're on a budget, right? You have to stretch it out for a while. We're not 40 anymore. We're closer to 70. We
Right.
don't have to stretch it out quite as
easier.
long. It gets easier.
Yeah.
And your priorities change a bit. We've done the heavy lifting. We did the work and the savings and the budgeting day to day for years. Now we're enjoying the fruits of our labors. Would you say that?
Right. I think we decided that you're fairly frugal your whole life.
Yep.
And then you freak out because you're over 40,000 baht a month. And there's no need to, right? So we try to be realistic on our budgets,
Yeah.
but in all honesty, we don't care anymore. So if we decide we want to do something,
Yeah.
and it means, well, your budget's 40 and you spend 80, it's still okay.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and enjoy everything you spend.
Yeah.
You've always got an eye towards the overall budget.
Of course.
And so this is sort of a monthly budget, but an overall budget plan.
Yeah.
The one thing you can't mess with, I think, is healthcare here.
Absolutely.
Right. So in our case, we don't have healthcare. You got to pay as you play.
Yeah.
And we were talking to a friend of ours, and he had a hernia surgery.
Yes.
I think he said it was 10,000 US.
Something like that.
So I think you have to have an eye towards that budget. So we have it set up where we think it'll cover any major issues we have, but we also increase it annually
Yes.
to cover any increased cost in healthcare, and the fact that as we age, we're more likely to use it.
True
But
that.
that is something that I think is really, really serious.
Yeah.
And I don't think it matters. Like, if you're 25 years old coming over here versus 70 like us, you're way more likely to get involved in a car accident,
Yeah.
But I think you really have to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just decided if we're sitting here one day and there's cheap flights to Kathmandu, why wouldn't you just get on and not worry about the budget? So if you're 100 years old, right?
You should go to Kathmandu every day.
Yeah, but your budget is really simple because you're
Yeah.
probably not looking for buying a new car,
No.
right? You know what I mean?
No.
It gets way easier. So for us, when we first retired, we were basically 59.
Yeah.
Right. So that was a full 6 years before we got our full Canada pension.
Yeah.
That took a little finagling.
It did.
Finagling, is that a budgetary?
Oh, that's a financial term.
Right. But every year, so that was 15 years ago almost.
Wow.
Well, okay, it wasn't 15.
Yeah, no.
Right. But 13 years ago.
Yeah.
It's become. This is Brian from the future. Unfortunately, we were trying to do a little bit of math on the fly. We retired at 59. We're coming up 69. So surprisingly enough, that's 10 years, not 13 or 15. Sorry about that. A lot easier. Like the long term is easier to plan.
Yeah.
And I think at our age too, people go, well, you're in Thailand. You should be traveling to all these tourist places. Well, I don't know. We're pretty content. Oh, one of the guys in the videos we watched, right, said if you come over there and you have to go to the park and read a book every day, that's a pretty sad life. We love doing that.
That's what I want
Yeah,
to do.
we love doing
I
that.
don't have time.
So it depends who you are for the budget.
Yeah.
But our budget is still 40,000.
Yep.
But we'll spend double that quite happily to cover things that come up or extra
Yeah.
things we want to do.
Things we enjoy.
Right. And we kind of did a reevaluation. It wasn't just we just came up with that. I had a great idea this morning, though, right? That was good. But I think what happened was we just decided it was a kind of reassess where we're going from here
Yes.
discussion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
out of that came, we should spend whatever we want to spend to enjoy ourselves, and we might up that a little bit to what we've been doing previously.
Yes.
And again, what's going to happen is in 3 or 4 years, we'll probably reassess that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly reassessing.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you in.
Do you want to do a summary? You like summaries?
I think you summarized everything quite nicely.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll,
Is there a moral?
We'll see
Moral of the
see you in October and let you know how September went. No, I think the moral of the story is if you're alive and kicking, you should enjoy every day.
Perfect. Right on.
Just off the top of my head.
That was well done.
Have a good day, folks.
Bye now.